Good morning to you all. So today is Thursday and it's 4 o'clock Germany time, and I'm here to break down the first trade for the weekend, also for the day, which is on gold. So starting from the weekly time frame, gold is in a nice uptrend. How can we confirm the uptrend? Now you can start from anywhere you want to start, depending on how big you want to see the market. So starting from this support, we have here as the first support within this weekly uptrend, giving explanation to what is happening in months. It doesn't mean that this is the first support, but based on where we started the analysis, this is our first support. Sorry guys, do you have another support within this uptrend? Yes. Is a second support. Do you have another support? Yes. Is a last support within the trend. Now, after knowing the support, what's next? We need to now then locate the resistance. Starting from this first support, this is the resistance. Now, to confirm an uptrend, every turning point must form above a previous or every turning point must form above each other or the same level. Let's try to see. Now, this support from this resistance, there was a pullback to form a support, which is what? Above a previous support. The support now then confirm the trend by breaking this resistance to confirm to form the new resistance, which is also above this resistance, which is this resistance. Now the next resistance within this trend is this resistance. Now after that, this resistance also pull back to form a new support, which is also above this support. Now this support is now in motion to form the next resistance, which must be either on this level or above. Now, this is where price is at. So let's now then zoom out and see what is happening here. So after zooming out, as we said, this is our last resistance within weekly time frame. This is our last support within weekly time frame. Now, this last support is now in motion to break this resistance. How? Price is using uptrend to break. Now, let's see if price can break or if price can't. Now, this support now then pull back to this level of price. There was a rejection. Price pulled back to that area again. There was a strong pin bar rejection to this level. And then price pulled back to this level. We have seen that there is a bearish engulfing, which happened last week. Now, what is the meaning of this bearish engulfing in its lowest form? For example, daily, 4-hour, and so on and so forth. So we have seen that anytime price pull back here, in even weekly itself, we have seen multiple of rejection. So let's try to find out what is happening here in daily. So this is daily time frame giving explanation to what is happening in the weekly time frame. Now I've seen that area where in weekly price has been rejecting so many times, we have seen that daily is giving us the consolidation. Why am I saying that? Starting from this daily support, when daily pull back here, there was a rejection. Daily went there again, there was another rejection. So on its way for daily to pull back to that resistance, we have seen that daily has formed strong bearish engulfing, which has engulfed so many candlesticks. So daily is currently in a downtrend. The question is, can this downtrend push price back to this support for price to continue the consolidation, or price will not do so, but rather price can see buy pressure? Let's try to find out. But in general, daily is in a downtrend. Now let's try to confirm. So within this, we have here as our daily resistance, which is the current resistance. So we have here as our daily support. Now daily is moving back to this support. How? Downtrend. Let's try to find out. After this bearish engulfing, price pull back to form the next resistance, which is lower than this previous resistance. Price has also managed to break below this support to form a new support. We have seen a pullback. Will price continue? Now let's go to lower time frame like 4 hour to see how this downtrend explains itself in 4 hour. Now this is 4 hour time frame. So in 4 hour time frame, we have seen that price is currently explaining downtrend as we saw in daily in a nice what trend, giving us what all the turning point within this downtrend. Let's try to find out. So previously price was in an uptrend, giving us what this support, this resistance. There was a pullback to form a new support, which is higher than the previous support. Price now then confirmed the trend by breaking this resistance to form the next resistance, which is higher than this and that, to form the next support, which is also higher than the previous support. Price continued by failing to break this resistance. There was a pullback, there was a continuation which broke all these two resistance. Price dropped significantly to form the new support, which is lower than this support. Price on its way to form the next resistance, it has failed to form the next resistance, which is what higher than this, but rather lower than the previous resistance, giving us what a new trend as an uptrend. Sorry, as a downtrend. There was a break below to form the next support, which is lower than this. Price pulled back to form the next resistance, which is also lower than this. There was also a break below to form a next support, which is also what lower than the previous support. The next resistance, which is now where price is in. So the pullback, I've seen what a one or a significant or one move pullback. That is how I define, because it's not an uptrend. Pullback can be in a form of uptrend or one move. I define this as one move. So one move pullback respecting this support, and I've seen this what bearish engulfing. So one move with this bearish engulfing is what is a sell entry, or is a criteria for me to what for me to sell. So my stop loss is here, and then my take profit is this. So my first take profit is around this turning point. This is first TP, and then my last TP. So significant drop. Price has given off one, two, and then price pullback. I've seen bearish engulfing, which call for sell entry for me to sell. My first take profit is here, last take profit is this daily support. So peace out, and then we meet again in the next breakdown of my setup.